take it in. Someone said, enjoy every moment of this, so I'm going to take your advice on that. First of all, thank you. Thank you to the Hall. I know we've said it over again. It's been amazing to hear your stories, to hear your testimonies, and hear how much this has meant to you. Thank you, Lynn, for just accommodating all of us. Can you give them a round of applause, please? Thank you to the inductees. Thank you for Grant. Thank you, Grant. He gave me a lot of pleasure this year. I got to talk a lot of trash around the NBA circles, SEC circles, beating Kentucky twice, and go on and on and on. And just know, you're just getting started. You got a bright future ahead of you, and you all need to really support not only him, but what Rick and them are doing at the University of Tennessee. They have a bright future, and we need to support them. So thank you for giving me that pleasure this year, talking a lot of trash. You know, it's funny, this morning, my mother was trying to articulate how big this was for our family, and my 6-year-old son, just in the room, was like, man, I can't wait to see how big your award is. You get to see it soon. But the reason this is such an immense moment for me is because of family, because of Tennessee, because when I was 6 and 7 and 8, we would drive from Louisville, Kentucky, through the mountains. We would get to Alcoa, Tennessee, where my grandfather and my grandmother and my father grew up. And all of Blount County was like our playground. And all our parents were scared to death every day. They didn't know what time we would get back. We would have bumps and bruises, scratches. We'd be in the hospital, riding all around Alcoa, Tennessee. But Alcoa shaped me, it molded me. It created a path and a way of thinking, like Blaine said, of a mentality. So I want to thank, first of all, my family. All of you who are here from Alcoa, from Maryville, from Blount County. Thank you for shaping me. Those moments meant a lot because it prepared me for times like this. It prepared me to be able to come back and witness and experience some of those moments at the University of Tennessee. Speaking of family, I want to acknowledge a couple of my teammates who are here. Corey Allen here, who is a legend here in Nashville. Jake Price, who was my first roommate. So you can imagine the stories we've had. I'm going to save you, Jay, because I have a lot. And Lang Wiseman. Lang was probably the highest jumping white boy I've ever played with. And incredibly bright at the same time. So a dangerous mix. So thank you so much, Lang, for being here, and I thank your sons for being here. It means a lot to have your teammates here, and then my brother, George Hickman's here. He was growing up, he was a brother that I never had, and he's here. He was a teammate, and we just had some great times together. And then when you have teammates like that who truly have your back, all of us knows what that feels like. It teaches you how to win. And so Cynthia Fleming, my African-American history professor, when I majored in African-American history, she gave me an opportunity to realize that, you know, our history is big and it matters. And it gave me a broad perspective on my academic career. I also want to thank the state of Tennessee and the University of Tennessee for two things in particular. One is when I was a rookie at Detroit, the Pistons, I met this beautiful young woman and brought her down to the Smoky Mountains of Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and she was hooked. She fell in love right away. Because at the time, you know, I knew I had to do something. You know, these Midwestern Northern girls, you got this, they're tricky. So I brought her down, and she got a chance to visit my family. and we just spent a lot of time. I think it was the aroma, I think it was the air, the Smoky Mountains. But my beautiful family's here. I'm going to embarrass you guys to stand up. So it's 22 years and 7 children later. Can you all stand up, please? The reason I want to thank the state of Tennessee is because in 1990, what you did, I want you to be recognized for. I think what you did, took a bold step, took a courageous step in what has been historically an inflammatory region of our history. You hired the first African-American head basketball coach in the Southeastern Conference history. And I'm very forthright, and I'll take liberty to remind a lot of our young players of that story, not just because I want to talk about my history, but I think it's important for them to know that only 18 years ago that was the case. So I want to thank the state, I want to thank the University of Tennessee for taking that bold step. I want to thank my mother. You know, I don't even know how to start. You have a son, you have a husband, and they're in this fight together. And you're in this fight with them. And we're in fights together. SEC Conference Championship, my junior year. In one particular fight we got in together, she couldn't watch. She ran up in this concourse. She said, "What happened?" But you know, I just want to thank you for your undying commitment. I want to thank you for your relentless love. The times you stayed up all night dealing with the pressures and the stress of what we were going through as a family and as competitors on the basketball court. When I was fortunate enough to break the record, the scoring record, I didn't know what to do. So they gave me the ball, and I'm like, what am I going to do with the ball? I ran over to the bench, and I started to give it to my father, and it was almost like he was picking my hand up and smacking me in my face. He said, point over there, and he said, go get the ball to your mom. He said, what am I thinking? What am I thinking about? I wasn't thinking about jumping the bench and going up 4 or 5 rows and giving the ball to my mom. But Mom, I love you. I want to thank you so much for what you went through. Can you give my mother a round of applause? And last but not least, it's only fitting, you know, tomorrow being Father's Day, and there's so much going on in my head right now. I've thought about things I want to say, but one of those things that people ask me, what does this moment mean to you by being inducted into the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame? And the only picture that I could come up with was the first Huddle. Dad, can you stand up? Stand up. High school All-American. All I ever wanted to do was play for the University of Louisville growing up. Never even dreamed about playing in the NBA, honestly. Probably until my freshman year. All I wanted to do was follow in his footsteps. I wanted to wear the University of Louisville uniform, not because they were a national powerhouse in the 80s, but the reason they became a national powerhouse was what he poured into those young men, into their talents. So here I am, freshman, walking into my first Huddle. And all I could think about in that, it was clear as day, I remember the first Huddle. I'm walking in the Huddle, he's like, get it in. It was almost like I was standing in the Huddle, but another part of me was standing outside of the Huddle, watching this go on. And I'm looking at how they were looking at him, as I'm looking at him. And I couldn't think about anything that I was about to go through. I was just proud of him because he finally got this opportunity, and they were about to see the type of man that he is, the man that I got to see for 18 years growing up. So Dad, I want to thank you for not only pouring into those young men that you have for 18 years at that point, but I want to thank you for living up to every moment that huddle meant to me.
Oh.
From after that moment, I got to see it up close, and it was real. You showed me what integrity looked like. You showed me what dealing with adversity looked like. You showed me what unconditional love looked like. You showed me what being a godly man looked like. And I just want to thank you that because everything that I've been able to pour into my family and pour into everyone else is because of what you poured into me.
Oh.
So everyone, just happy Father's Day. God bless you. I love you.